It's another beautiful day here in Northern California. And today, like any other day in the United States, 110 people will die of metastatic breast cancer. Today is October 13th, 2015, and today is Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Most people know that the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The world sees everything through rose-colored glasses as pink takes over everything. It takes over our football games in the United States, all the way down from middle school to high school to university to the professional players. And we hear the shouts and cries of survivors everywhere as they celebrate being maybe cancer-free. I'm finding that most people are not aware that breast cancer does not kill when it's in the breast. They genuinely and truly believe that if there is no cancer in the breast, then there is no chance of dying of breast cancer. Nothing could be farther from the truth. Over 40,000 people die in the United States alone each year of metastatic breast cancer, and most of them don't even have breast anymore. The common refrain that I hear as I talk to people about metastatic breast cancer is, "I don't understand. I thought the goal was for the breast to be free of cancer. And so if there's no cancer in the breast, then woohoo, the goal has been met." This is a result of the misdirection and the miseducation of the many, many silly campaigns that have happened over the years. Save the Tatas, save second base, save Iraq, check your melons, check your headlights. All of these things that have belittled the seriousness of a disease and then have convinced people that if all that's done, then your beloved person will be free of breast cancer. Well, you know what? My breasts are cancer-free. I have a clean mammogram. And there are many, many, many women who have had clean mammograms who are shocked to find out that, like me, they have cancer everywhere else. I have cancer in every single vertebra of my spine. It's in both sides of my pelvis. I have breast cancer in my left hip socket. I have breast cancer at the top of my right femur. I have breast cancer in several ribs. I have breast cancer in my sternum. I have breast cancer in my right shoulder blade. I even have breast cancer at the top of my skull. And I have 4 tiny little tumors in my liver. I don't have bone cancer. I don't have liver cancer. I have breast cancer that has spread, and it's taking over my body. What's hard for people to understand is that even a small primary tumor, say just 6 millimeters or something, any invasive tumor can break free into the bloodstream, nest somewhere in the bloodstream or the lymph system, and stay there for years, and then become active again and start moving around the body. This is called metastasis or spread. Any person who has had breast cancer, regardless of whether or not they've had a lumpectomy or a mastectomy, anyone who has had primary breast cancer is susceptible to having metastatic breast cancer at some point in the future. Anyone. Every year in the United States, we have over 200,000 people diagnosed with early-stage invasive breast cancer. We have over 1 million survivors. This adds up over the years. But you know what? We don't have enough people talking about metastatic disease. And in fact, some people in the early stage groups will say, "I'm afraid, I don't want to talk about this." Well, let me give you a flashback. Do you remember the sniper in the Washington, D.C. area maybe 10, 20 years ago? And this sniper didn't follow a predictable pattern. This sniper killed young people, old people, rich people, poor people, people of all nationalities, people of both genders. There was no rhyme or reason to the sniper patterns. And as a result, everyone in the D.C. area was afraid. It was like, where is this sniper going to hit next? And they demanded that the sniper be caught. There was public outrage. It was national headlines. Everyone in the United States knew there was a sniper killing people. And he killed far less than 110 people a day. But we're not hearing that outrage over the deaths due to metastatic breast cancer. Every person who has ever been diagnosed with breast cancer should be afraid. We're not afraid enough, because if we were, we would demand that a cure be found. We would demand that we fund research that will determine how does metastasis work. We would demand to be able to understand how a tumor can remain dormant like that in the bloodstream and then 2 decades later be in the bones. We need to demand that research find out how this disease becomes resistant to treatments. We need to demand that people stop dying of this disease. But when I get on networks and forums and make these claims, I am often told, "You're just a hater. You're negative. You're angry. You're bitter at your lot in life." Well, if it takes my being angry to help bring about change, then yes, I will be angry. The average diagnosis for breast cancer in general is 61 years old. I was diagnosed just before my 49th birthday. My children were 10 and 11 years old. The average age of death to metastatic breast cancer is 68. I am currently 52. The likelihood of my hitting my 60th birthday is extremely low, and my 55th birthday is iffy. I want a cure. I'm dying. In spite of how healthy I look, I am dying of metastatic breast cancer. I'm tired of the pink ribbons. I'm tired of the pink infiltration. I want you to be tired of it too. I want you to demand a change. I want you to be afraid. My mother died of metastatic breast cancer at age 52. I am likely to die of metastatic breast cancer sometime in my 50s. I want my daughter, who is currently age 15, to not have to deal with this disease. I want you to demand that voices be heard. 110 people a day, and it's all quiet. And yet metastases are random, not understood. Rich people, poor people, people of all races, people of both genders, even people of all ages. It's time. It's time to make a change. I want you to demand that every charitable organization that raises funds for the cure spend at least 50% of their funds for the cure. We have enough awareness. I challenge you to find anyone who is not aware of breast cancer. But on that same challenge, I challenge you to find people who understand what metastatic breast cancer is. I challenge you to find people who understand how breast cancer kills. Because you know what? I'm talking to people every single day of this month, and the constant refrain that I hear is, "I don't understand. My tatas have been saved. My second base is saved. My melons are safe. My breasts are cancer-free. What about the rest of me? Is not my entire body worth saving? Is not my life worth saving? 110 will die today. Another 110 will die tomorrow. Another 110 will die the day after that. Yesterday, 110 died. 40,000 people every year in the United States alone. We should be afraid. Very, very afraid. And we should demand that a cure be found. We should demand that our money be spent on research, and we should stop shopping for a cure and put that money directly to the seat of our fears, saving our lives. Because if it's not my life, it's your life. If it's not your life, it's your sister's life. If it's not your sister's life, it's your daughter's life. If it's not your daughter's life, it's your son's wife's life. If it's not your son's wife's life, it could be your son. Because yes, metastatic disease takes men's lives as well. Today is October 13th. It's Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Our voices need to be heard. Are you aware? And if so, what are you saying? Join me. I want more than a pink ribbon.